Since we know that groups are more apt to follow rules that they make themselves, when you're thinking of putting your kids in collaborative groups, them creating their own norms is an important step into the creation of successful groups. What you'll see in this next clip is just that, our participants modeling students creating their own norms. When you're in a classroom, in a 21st century classroom that's getting kids ready to collaborate with whoever, whenever, one of the things that allows you to increase your chances of success is to make sure that your kids have norms, that they norm their behavior. This doesn't come from you as a teacher. They come from what's important to you. What do you value? So what I'd like you to do right now, please, is take a couple minutes. Our two teams will jot down first individually. You're not talking to anyone. What's important to you when you're working in a group? Is it important that timelines are followed? Is it important that everyone has a voice? Is it important that it's respectful? Is it important that what we say here doesn't go out on the playground? You know, I don't know where you're going to come from. But what you're going to do is you're going to jot down 5 values that you have when you're working with other people. And then the next thing we'll do is you'll put those together in your groups and you'll create a basic anchor chart. And then if this was in your classroom and you had your kids doing this, you would make the anchor chart look real nice. You know, they get to decorate it. And then it would just hang in your classroom like any other anchor chart. And if you saw somebody who was off task, you could just simply point at your anchor chart and said, tell me how this behavior matches what you're supposed to do. So then that becomes a model that stays in place while all the kids are working. So Julia, thanks for coming up to represent your group.
So we thought that students would collectively agree that they should be respectful of others, in particular in their groups, to follow the directions of the task at hand, and to take turns talking and be sure to give everybody a chance to participate. Importantly, we thought that students would hopefully come to an agreement to follow group member roles.
Great.
To raise the hand if they need assistance from the teacher. And then lastly, in our modern day and age, a lot of times kids are using iPads and electronics for group projects. So to agree to only use the electronic devices for the assignment and not to be off surfing the web.
All right, boy, this is really inclusive. I like that you got the electronics again. I like that you mentioned the roles. As Christine said, for her group that worked well, there were roles. Did anybody, the other group that worked, did you have anything on your list that wasn't on Group 1's list? Or was this pretty much mirrored yours, maybe just with different vocabulary? Okay, good.